when I say I get the philosophy of chiropractic, I really get it, because I have been on that line where I am dishing out medications to people. I'm giving them medications to treat the side effects of the other medication that I've given them. And I'm giving these people that have had heart attacks statin medication, regardless of what their cholesterol level is, because that's just what you do. And I was innately going, this doesn't feel right, without having any clue about chiropractic. Literally what I thought chiropractic was is you go there to get your back cracked. If you need it, that's where I was at. And so this guy comes along and he starts telling me all this stuff about chiropractic. And if anyone knows him, I don't know if you do, some of you do, he is very, 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 very driven and German, and like, you are going to be a chiropractor. That's kind of his mission. And it took him about 6 months of talking to me about this thing called chiropractic. And actually, it's really not about back cracking or back pain or anything. It's a lot more than that. And it's about wellness. And I went along to a NZCC graduation, and something there, it was Dr. Brian Kelly was the president at the time, and he was just talking about all the stuff about changing the world and changing people's lives. And that's why I had gotten into nursing. I did actually want to help people. And what I literally walked out of there and said to Jens, I'm going to do it. I'm going to enroll at NZCC. And I did. The rest is history. We did get married, but before that, we actually had our first baby, Jake there. He's now 14. We had him when I was in second year at college. Students in the room, I don't recommend this. And be careful, because chiropractic makes you very fertile. So we had our lovely Jake when I was studying. And then we got married. This photo is actually in Germany. It's called a free forest, Friedwald. And it is actually where you bury your loved ones, and you like buy a tree and you bury them under the tree. And we were the weird people from New Zealand, that wanted to get married in this forest because Jens's dad had passed away and we wanted to get married at his tree. And the German people were like, no, you can't do what? Everyone gets married in a church over there, and you definitely don't get married in what is essentially a cemetery. But we did, and it was beautiful. It was amazing. And he took, this photo is from last year, he took the 3 kids back to Germany on his own, and went to visit his dad and everything. So I'm studying to be a chiropractor, and then Heidi Horvath comes along and she goes, Jenna, you're a nurse. We need you for one of our research studies. And I'm like, okay, which study is this? And she goes, it's a study looking at pelvic floor function in women, and what changes between the contraction of the deep and superficial pelvic floor muscles pre and post chiropractic care. And we need a nurse because it's a very delicate data collection, right? Yeah, I won't say anything other than that. So she comes along and says, can you help us with this study? And that's where my love of research started. So I was still a student. It took me a really long time to get through the chiropractic degree, because we had our daughter, and I paused studying for a year, because I then went on and did my master's in health science, as you do with a newborn. Literally, the day she was born, I got an email from the university to say, your research proposal has been accepted. And that means in the research world that's the day your time starts of when you have to complete your project. And I had a year and I just had a baby. So that's kind of how we roll in our family. So I had this newborn. I paused my chiropractic studies to do this master's, because what I really loved was the research, and I really wanted to do chiropractic research. And so I did this research project which was looking at neuromuscular function in children with cerebral palsy.